Alright guys, I think I'm gonna watch a quick episode of Oshi no Ko before I have to go pick up my daughter. Alright, I got the episode pulled up. I'm just gonna press play and... Alright. Oh, what? This looks a little different. The animation looks weird. Is this like that Demon Slayer CGI? I guess this is Bikomachi. Which one is Kana? Oh, that must be Aqua. What up, y'all? It's the homie Dame, and the spring anime season is coming to a close, and that means the first season of Oshi no Ko is also ending. And man, there's a lot to talk about, as you can imagine. So, as usual, I compiled my thoughts into a neat little numbered list and interspliced my reaction footage throughout. If you want, you could hit up my Patreon to see the full-length, uncut reactions as well. But I know y'all not trying to hear all that. Let's just talk about Oshi no Ko. Number 1. Never meet your idols. I think a good place to start talking about Oshi no Ko is with idol culture. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but that's like a fairly important part of the show, I'd say. And look, as someone who is what you'd call a K-pop stan, I like consuming a lot of idol media, and that includes idol anime. Now, Oshi no Ko is not exactly an idol anime, it's more about the entertainment industry in general. But Ruby, Kana, Memcho are all pop idols, and of course, I was a pop idol as well. Well, she was more of a popped idol, am I right? But the idol industry, specifically the idol culture of Asia, is central to the show. Oshi no Ko is a story about lies, and in a sense, pop idols are professional liars. Now, in my last Oshi no Ko video, I talked about Ai a whole bunch, so we don't need to do that here, because instead, Ruby is the interesting one as we get more into the season. Because Ruby, for the most part, is relatively honest and sincere, and, well, naive. That is facts though, like just because you're talented doesn't mean you're gonna make it in the entertainment industry. It's not all just about talent, it's about who you know it as. Contrast that with someone like Kana and Akane, who are a bit more familiar with how the entertainment industry works. It's important to note because idols over in Asia, and I guess the West too, are people who are selling a product at the end of the day. And that product is entertainment and entertainers. Meaning you're not only a consumer of Blackpink's song Do 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 Do, but you're also a consumer of the personalities of Jisoo, Jennie, Rose, Lisa that are being sold to you. Idol fans want an idealized person to fanboy or fangirl over. So really, a truly loving but naive person like Ruby can be just as effective of an idol as a good liar like Ai. And mind you, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with this deception. I mean, you wouldn't call Tom Holland a liar for pretending to be Spider-Man on screen, right? Because I'm sure Tom Holland is relieved that Zendaya is just pretending to get a train ran on her in her new movie. God bless you, Tom. Most mature and well-adjusted fans of idol culture are aware that they're buying into a fantasy and that none of it is real. Their favorite idols aren't the perfect, pure beings that they imagine them to be when they're off the stage. It's like getting super immersed into your character when you're playing an RPG or something. You can really put yourself into their shoes for the sake of enjoying the game, but it's not like you really believe that you're the vault dweller. At least I hope not. And yet, Oshi no Ko shows us the side of the entertainment fandom that doesn't understand this separation of fiction and reality. You got all these people trying to mob Akane online for her performance in a heavily edited and calculated reality TV show. But yeah, this whole culture around entertainment is the cornerstone of Oshi no Ko, and it's the most interesting part of the show for me, both because I like that stuff in real life and because it makes sense thematically. The shady realities of the entertainment industry are reflections of the turbulent lives of our main cast, like how Aqua follows in his mother's footsteps and acts as a deceiver for the sake of achieving his goals of revenge. Is Aqua cynically playing the role of a stalker any different from Akane earnestly trying to get noticed on the dating show? I mean, not really. They're both still putting on a performance. They're both still trying to entertain, but for different reasons, and that's what makes it so interesting. Because whether your deception is well-intentioned or cynical, it's still deception. And again, that's the lie that entertainment sells to you. Number 2. Did the show blow its load too early? So let's talk a bit more in detail about the anime itself, right? I don't think I need to tell y'all that Oshi no Ko basically broke the internet with its feature-length debut episode. If you watched my first video about Oshi no Ko, you already know my thoughts about all this. I think that first episode was masterfully constructed, I think the direction was great, it's amazing, whatever. I was dick riding, I'm not gonna lie. But some things deserve that reverse cowgirl treatment. Now the thing is, when you start out on such a high note, people's expectations are naturally going to be high for the rest of the show as well. And an opinion I've seen seen a decent amount of people saying is that Oshinoko has fallen off after the first episode, meaning nothing reaches the cinematic level of the first episode, or maybe that there wasn't as big of a shocking moment as Ai's death, stuff like that, right? And as a big fan of the series and especially the anime, obviously my first reaction to hearing all this was, what the fuck are you talking about? But when you think about it, I can see this as a case of misplaced expectations. A big sell for Oshinoko before it came out was that it was an idol anime that subverted idol anime tropes. You know, this isn't your normal idol anime, ooh. And a lot of people who were hooked on that first episode may have been disappointed to see that after that, the show did kind of, in fact, turn into an idol anime. And sure, they used a lot of incredible sakuga and cinematography in that first episode that we don't really see as much of in subsequent episodes, or at least nothing to that extent. And yeah, aside from other stuff like the whole thing with Akane, we don't really see moments that are as dark or shocking as Ai's death. But even if all of that was true, why would that mean that the show fell off? Did you expect something shocking to happen every episode? Did you think that the story was gonna wrap up its mystery quickly? Did you think that this season is the completed series and that we're not gonna see anything else after this? These aren't cheeky questions, by the way. I'm not trying to be an asshole for once. If you genuinely think some of these things, that's fine. You can think whatever you want and dislike the show. I'm not gonna argue with you, even though I clearly disagree with all the points above. First off, as far as misplaced expectations go, I don't remember people thinking that the series fell off after Ai's death happened in the manga. And actually, this may have to do with the extended runtime of the anime's first episode. Ai's death in the manga happens in like chapter 8 or something. So by then, readers had been experiencing the lighthearted, slice-of-life idol stuff from the prologue for a couple months at that point, whereas anime watchers went through that whole roller coaster of tone switches in the span of what, 90 minutes? Because it's not like Oshinoko never established itself as having those slice-of-life elements, or that it would have more of a lighthearted comedic tone at times. So even if you're anime only, I don't really get how you could say that the show betrayed your expectations. Besides all that though, there are plenty of moments throughout the season that are just as cinematic and just as exciting as anything that happens in the first episode, at least in my opinion. Maybe exciting and cinematic in different ways, but look, good art is good art, no matter what form it takes. And again, it's not like the show is over yet. This is just season 1. The manga has over 100 chapters, and as someone who is reading it, I can tell you, the best is yet to come. Number 3, but Damian, who is best girl? Let's just get this out of the way. I know y'all don't care about anything I'm saying here. This is the question y'all really want me to answer. I mean, okay, let's see. Kana is generally the fan favorite, I feel like, right? And according to my extensive research through the archives of the prestigious r/anime subreddit's Best Girl Awards, the majority of best girls are tsunderes. So it makes sense that the anime community is collectively rallying around Kana, Oshinoko's resident tsundere. She also gets a large amount of screen time and is one of the first potential love interests introduced in the story, so that might also be part of her popularity. But Kana has some fierce competition when it comes to capturing the hearts of otakus in the form of Akane. I mean, we all know she made a huge impact with her powerful debut story arc that paralleled the real-life incident of Hanakimura. I mean, she pretty quickly became the fan favorite character to rival Kana. Scum like her product room, yeah. And then people on Twitter, they just extrapolate, and it's like, bro. That's why people online, that chronically online stuff is like crazy, bro. It's like you just don't see other people online as real people, and that causes you to say stuff that you, like, I'm sure a lot of these people are terrible in real life, but I guarantee a large amount of them, left a nasty, I was trying to read what they're saying. A lot of these people would never say this in real life. Like, you think like these like basement dweller ass people would say that to her face? Like, probably not. But the internet brings that kind of stuff out of you. And even this early on in the series, Akane has had some big crowd pleasing moments, like her mimicking of Ai Hoshino. Hey, oh wow, the music. Wait, that was actually so good. Hold on. So far, these are the two like main girls of the show. Obviously, you have some others like Memcho and Yuki, and well, I'm hoping y'all don't think Ruby is a love interest. And you know, all those characters are nice and all, if you're a basic fuck, because real ones know that the true best girl of Oshinoko is adoptive mommy, whose name I always forget. I have to look it up. It's Miyako. Yeah, her. Number 4. Miscellaneous thoughts and reactions. Alright, well, that's all I really gotta say about the show so far, so now we can get to the part that y'all are here for, and that's the reaction highlights and random, unrelated thoughts. Bro, she looks like you know who she looked like? She looked like Mina from Twice. The one of the Japanese members of the K-pop girl group Twice. Internationally famous, best-selling K-pop girl group Twice. Put some respect on that name. Yeah, she looks like Mina from Twice. She looks like Chaeyoung. She's got Chaeyoung energy. And this is she's Damian? He literally brute forced the password. Like, that's how you know he's really like driven. Cause me, after that first 30-second timeout, I'm sorry mom, I guess you like, I guess I'm not finding your killer. What if on her phone contact list it was like Jay-Z and it was like random, like PewDiePie is on there, like random celebrity. The way they draw teeth in this art style, it's like this in the manga too. It makes them look like they got fangs because they show them like curving back. I don't know why I showed y'all the inside of my mouth like that. Y'all are not trying to see that. But because they show that, it looks like everybody got fangs. Bro, she's dressed like the female trainer from Pokemon Sword and Shield. What's her name? Gloria or something? That's a crazy thing for her to say, considering she died. Like, she's really talking about a dead person. And not just a dead person, somebody who was horribly murdered. Well, I have 2 Mangekyo Sharingans now, so that is kind of different. Wait, is this part of the show? Is everybody clapping part of the show? That's so weird. It's like Evangelion. Congratulations. I hate how that's always a trope in anime. That every girl just has not dated anybody. Just for once, I want one girl to be like, yeah, I've actually had 12 boyfriends. I just want to be, I've sucked so much. What if it was just like a trap cover? I could see Travis Scott singing this. Yeah, I could see this on a Drake album. Drake about to steal this flow, low key. Metro Boomin, want some more? All right. Well, that's that. Oshi no Ko is amazing. It's great. It's definitely a contender for anime of the year so far, if not the #1 contender. Obviously, it'll be dethroned when the GOAT Rent-A-Girlfriend returns, but that's a conversation for another video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. And as always, you can check out the full-length, uncut reactions over on my Patreon. I have a bunch of shows on there. I mean, the season is ending soon, so I might have a new roster of shows on there to react to, but y'all can check it out if you want. At the very least, Bleach is still ongoing on there, so yeah. Otherwise, that's the video. Peace. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Not the biggest fan of the opening. Now don't get me wrong, I understand completely why it's so popular. It's like topping the charts internationally, all that. I get it. I wouldn't call you crazy or argue with you if you said that you like the opening, but it's just not for me. I'm not the biggest Vocaloid fan. I don't really like the melody, and that weird Gregorian chanting throughout feels out of place to me. It's just not my thing. But again, I get why people like it. The visuals are cool and the lyrics are obviously very thematically relevant. I think the ending song is a bit better, but honestly, I don't even like that as much. It's weird. Usually music or idol anime have really good OSTs that I enjoy, but not Oshi no Ko, which is a little ironic, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal.